My second blog, customer service. When I was in high school in my senior year, I was able to take a course that was called Diversified Cooperative Training or Education. And what that meant was if you didn't have a specialized field, then you could join that and you could get a job anywhere. They promised to try to have a job for you within 6 weeks, and mine went over that. I realized that since we didn't have a lot of money at the time, and I only had a couple of dresses and some very strange looking, what they used to call saddle shoes, that when I went into the mall and went into all these little boutique stores, the people would just look at me and I'd say, I'm checking to see if you're hiring, and they'd say, no. So finally, my teacher got me an interview at a little store called Sportique. I got the job, and he was so kind, and he loved high school girls because they were pretty much flexible and they were easy to train. The customer service thing that I want to talk about briefly today is something that he told me that has stuck with me my entire life, and especially in retail, anywhere really, but in retail. He told me that when I walked through that front door, that I was his once I punched in, that I belonged to him. So any personal problems I had or any issues that were going on in my life had to be checked in or checked out at the front door. And once I walked in, that I was to represent him and his company and do everything I could to please the customer. Well, that was 40 some odd years ago, if math right off the top of my head. And things have changed a lot since then, and people have changed. And I understand whenever they say some people just walk in and they're already grumpy. There's some people you're not going to be able to change. There's some people you're not going to be able to make happy because they make a living at that, and there are very unhappy people. So you're obviously not going to. But does that mean you stop trying? No. Somebody told me once that you may be the only Jesus they ever see. You may be the only Bible they ever get to read. So what stuck with me throughout all the years is that when someone walks in the front door, you acknowledge their presence. If you are speaking with a coworker, you stop speaking with the coworker and you acknowledge their presence and ask them if you can help them. If you're with a customer, you just look at them, smile, and say, I'll be with you in just a minute. Everything is about acknowledging that they're a person, that you care that they're in your store, and that you want to help them. Because I've been in many places. I was at a big retail store, and there were two salespeople at the counter talking, and both of them looked at me, didn't say a word to me, didn't even say, we'll be with you in a minute. And I stood there until finally I looked at them and said, do I need to go somewhere else? And they said, oh no, are you ready? Well, yeah, that's why I was standing in line. I didn't say that. Because as a customer, I want to be able to say the things that need to be said, but in a diplomatic way. So I try not to be ugly. Not that I haven't, because I have. But as a person in retail, it's your job to try to help them find what they need help with. We've gone to big box stores where customer service is half the time they don't even know where they're working in the store, much less where anything else is. But it's not that hard to say, I'm not real sure where that is, but if you'll give me just 1 minute, I will find out for you. And yeah, sometimes at big box stores you got to cover 2 or 3 departments, but still, it all boils down to kindness. If you can't help them right that second, get someone that can, or tell them you'll come back and help them and follow through with what you say you're going to do. It's not hard to be kind. It's harder to be kind to people that are just mean and ugly. But a kind word and a gentle voice goes a long way to helping someone have a better day.